I know it's been a long time. Some of you guys are probably new viewers. Some of you guys are... If you guys have been rocking with me since the first video, I messed with y'all. I messed with you right there. Because, like, if you've been rocking with me since my first video, I dropped that video when I was, what? 16? I might have been 15, turning 16 or 16. But yeah, now I can actually talk about something new that I learned yesterday. And I want to preface this by saying you guys should 100% listen to Andrew Huberman. He is just really good. Like, this guy, like, not only is he good, he like goes into the sciences, like a negative habit, or if that's literally anything. Learn the science behind it and learn why that happens in your brain, and then you'll be more aware and more in a better position to fight that so-called negative habit or that addiction. Okay, this is the habit formation, right? So first you gotta start, like, how do habits form? How are they, like, developed, right? There's always something. There's a cue. So, like, if you're trying to, like, for example, I don't know, what are some negative habits? Okay, social media. What's a cue you guys have for social media? Usually it's boredom. Usually it's a certain time of day. Maybe you just get off work. Maybe you're getting off school, and you sit at a certain position, right? And you think, like, oh, I'm bored. So then after that, then comes the craving, and your craving is most likely you being bored and trying to escape that boredom, because you're like, oh, I'm trying to crave, the high dopamine spike of social media. So after you go through the cue, you go through what you're craving. Then the response is you pull out your phone. And keep in mind, this is all happening within milliseconds of your brain, because your brain, like, once you create, like, tight habits, what it ends up doing is it ends up, like, locking really tight, so that as soon as you get in the cue, you just go cue, craving, response, reward. Like, it's quick. Like, instead of, like, when it's like early stages habits, when you're doing something you don't want to do, like working, like sitting at a desk working, recording a video, doing other things like that you may not, like, want to do or may not have the habit for, then that's when those things take a little more deliberation, where you got to actually plan out these things. But yeah, going back to the example. So the cue is you're bored. You're craving something funny, a funny video, something you could laugh at, something that's the thing about social media. It helps you emotionally. It touches you. Like, these platforms are all smart, bro. They know how to get your attention. They know how to keep you hooked on the platforms. They know how to create these tight habit bonds, like, that are funny every time you scroll. That's dopamine. And you can go from extremely funny video to extremely sad to extremely, They just tap different emotions in your brain. So you're craving that emotion, you're craving that dopamine, right? And the response is you open the social media app, you start scrolling. And the reward is you get the funny video, you get the meme, this other stuff. But the issue with this, it's not the habit formations that's the issue, because we can't really change how our brain does this. It's just how we're wired, like how our primal brain is wired. But what we can change is the type of habits that we're creating. We don't want to create negative habits. We don't want to create social media induced habits. You know what I mean? And this, I think I was explaining the social circle. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to create those habits. We want to stick to creating positive habits, doing work, whether that's for schoolwork, whether that's business work, whether that's whatever. Being able to do those things, and obviously more, like, what are also good habits? Reading, meditating, all these things, journaling, you know what I mean? Yeah, basically, literally anything you could think of is a habit. Like, and the issue with these platforms is that they take away that they increase our threshold, right? So this how when I was watching the Dr. Human video, he talked about this. He explained this point a lot, which was he was talking about cocaine. When people did cocaine, right? They would have an immediate spike in their dopamine, like a very steep spike, and then it would go, and then when it comes back down, they would have a baseline, a regular baseline. It would go below the baseline. So this is what happens, like, when you do something like that's like cheap dopamine, something that's not gonna reward you or not building you, you're getting that peak of dopamine, and then you're getting a drop, and the drop goes below your baseline. So if you had a baseline of here, you do that habit, you go down. Now your baseline goes lower, and then you keep doing it. It goes lower and lower and lower and lower. And obviously, the higher the peak, the more lower the drop. So this hurts you in the long run. And this is something I've personally faced, was that if you do something like watch social media, or scroll on social media, watch a bunch of videos that aren't really benefiting you. Obviously, if it's like a video that's talking about your self-improvement, like this one would actually benefit you and help you. But if it's a video that's just like scrolling, that's talking about like someone that's like funny or something like that, some funny video, that's not really gonna benefit you. So watching those videos really, at some point, like especially like back when I was younger, really hurt my ability to sit down and work, because then work felt like a task. Like it felt like something like, oh, I gotta sit down, I gotta do this work, which is not good. You guys want to get to the point where you can sit down and you can work, and it's fun. Like it becomes fun, because like you're like, oh my gosh, I get to work. You know what I mean? I'm so excited for this project. I'm so excited for this, and like it becomes fun, right? Because I'm not doing all these high peaking dopamine activities. You know what I mean? Because once you do all these high peaking dopamine activities, your threshold becomes so much higher, and work is like right here, and your threshold's over here. So you're not gonna even look at work. You're gonna see this as boring. You're gonna see this as something I'm not trying to do. You know, I'm trying to watch social media. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, get on the game. I'm trying to do all this stuff. Nah. You guys gotta change your mindset to first accept the possibility that you're wrong, and social media is not the end-all be-all solution, and not everyone in the world is spending this much time on social media as you are. So once we understand this, and once we say, okay, I don't think I should be spending this much time on social media. There's so much other things we can do. Because think in mind, at the end of the day, guys, we all have the same 24 hours. Billionaires have the same 24 hours as you do. Millionaires do. I do. Everyone in the world has the same 24 hours, and no one, God gave us all the same time to work on our goals. Every single day is a new day to get better, man. And at the end of the day, you just have to have gratitude every morning and every night, and just thank God for putting you in that position. You know what I mean? There's people out there that are they may not be able to have like the things that you have. Maybe they're in like a lower end country. So for all my guys and girls that are in the United States, Canada, Europe, like all these, like, you know what I mean, upper echelon countries, you just have to like take a moment sometime in your day and just thank God for giving you this opportunity. You know, there's a lot of people out there that would love to be in your position. So always realize, even if you're going through some tough things, that like someone else is always going through worse, and we don't wish worse on that person, but we are grateful for our circumstances, and we're not gonna take our circumstances for granted, and we're gonna keep going.